I recently went to the NFB National Federation of the Blind 2023 National Convention that took place in Houston, Texas. Getting there, while traveling there, I traveled using the Greyhound. I got to LAX and there was no problem. I actually met a couple of people that were part of the NFB. Once I got to Houston, which took about 3 hours, it's when a couple of issues related to transportation started because I was outside waiting for the Uber, but it was taking forever for me to find it. Then they told me, oh yeah, Ubers aren't allowed here. Then they told me that I could take a shuttle, so I waited for the shuttle for like 45 minutes and I did that. But then when I tried to get into the shuttle, they're like, no, it's a private shuttle, you can't use it. So then someone else that worked there told me that I could use an Uber and I could call one, but then I checked my phone and it was dying, so I had to go back into the airport, charge it, come back outside. Then I tried getting an Uber once again. A couple of them canceled on me. Then my phone was having trouble connecting, but I was finally able to get an Uber. I took an Uber with someone I know's friend because I met them at the airport. While they saw me, they recognized my voice. I met them and got to know them at the Louisiana Center for the Blind when I attended. That's an NFB center. So yeah, it took me all that took me all those issues cost me like 3 hours. So I could have gone back to California. That's how long it took me trying to get an Uber when we were at the airport. So yeah, I finally got back. I finally got to the hotel. My roommates are great. I didn't know them beforehand. One was from Kansas and one was from Georgia, and they were great. I got along really well with them. We actually partied the first night we were there at convention, so that was really cool. Getting around convention was somewhat easy. I didn't get the layout until a couple of days when the convention was gonna end, like the last 2 days. So that wasn't too good. I should have used the maps that the NFB puts out, like to learn the layouts. They do that each year, so hopefully next year, or I guess this year, I'll be able to use those maps to figure out the layout sooner. I should have also used the indoor navigation applications available to people that are blind. The good thing is that my ear wasn't hurting like it was last year during convention, and also my hearing aids were working. So that was really cool that I got to be able to actually hear everything going on. Attending events, attending events was was all right as well. I missed one really big one that I was supposed to attend, which was the resolution committee meeting. I had authored in a resolution, but I missed it because when I checked my schedule on the NFB app that they let people use to build their schedule, I guess I didn't scroll far enough and I completely missed the meeting. I was actually at the pool during the meeting, which is shaped like Texas, which is really cool. It's the biggest lazy river in the whole state, I believe. That's what they claim. So I was there, but the good thing is that my resolution passed. The resolution was calling on ChatGPT and Google Bart, that is, to involve the blind community so that their tools or their technology doesn't put out negative stereotypical answers about the blind community. So that passed, and the person that stood up and spoke on it was Chancey Fleet. So, big thanks to her for speaking out on it. But it was a real bummer that I missed out on it. And other events, well, the events that I liked the most was the NABS networking event. That was really fun. I got to know a couple of people. We hung out. The rehabilitation meetings were great. I learned a lot, as well as the computer science division meeting. That was great. I did miss some meetings, but that happens every year because some meetings take place when other meetings are also a meeting. So that always happens each year. And I found out that some meetings were recorded, so I'll go back and listen to the meetings I missed out on. So yeah, those were the meetings that I really liked, and I got a lot of out. I got a lot out of, I should say. Sorry about that. Regrets. Some of the biggest regrets, or the biggest regret that I have about convention, was missing the Blind Money Gang party. So it was a party being put on by this label that was comprised of people that are blind. They're all blind, and they're all part of this label. So we missed it. It was kind of my fault because I stayed too long at the business meeting, at the NABS business meeting. So we missed it. Hopefully next year, or I guess this year, I should say, I keep messing up. will be able to attend that. I think it happens every year, kind of coincides with the NFB National Convention. So hopefully I'll be able to attend that. And then my other regrets, probably just missing a couple of other meetings. But like I said, that happens each year. My favorite moments, my favorite moments are probably just hanging out with my roommates. If I wasn't at something with the NFB, like a meeting, I was hanging out with them at the hotel room. The banquet speech is always great. It's given by our president, Mark Rico Bono. It was all about, while he tried to coin, and he coined the term visual industrial complex, who knows if it's going to stick around. But the NFB is kind of known for coining terms. But I have to go back to see how I actually think about the word and the speech, because banquet speeches are my favorite to break down. Blindness literature is always my favorite. Jonathan Mosen's speech was great. Hopefully, he's able to implement some of his ideas that he had in his speech, because I really liked it. Also, hanging out with Joy Ross. She's a blind influencer. I got to hang out with her at the end of convention, or the last night of convention after the banquet speech. We got to hang out in her room, just talk. She actually interviewed me for a video she's making. I'm not too sure if the video's up on her YouTube channel or not, but yeah, hanging out with her was really fun. Coming back from convention. So coming back from convention, normally it's just get on the plane and go back. Hopefully don't have any issues. But I actually had something super cool happen. I got to meet this girl. Her name is Mackenzie, and she's going out with a player from the Houston Rockets. She's going out with him. That was really cool to hear and hear her story. She also went out with a tight end from the Miami Dolphins. I actually bought her a drink. Well, we toasted. I bought her a drink of champagne, so we drank some champagne on the plane. So that was really cool. Getting back was no problem. Like getting back to LAX, I actually got picked up by my mom because the bus was coming like at 3 in the morning. So she didn't want me to wait, and I didn't really want to wait that long either. So she picked me up, and I got back home like at 3 in the morning. Next year's convention. So next year, which is 2024, which is this year, which I keep messing up, I do plan to go to the NFB convention, but only for a couple of days. I'm gonna go to the ACB convention because I like switching around which conventions I go to. So I'll be attending the entire ACB convention, which is in Jacksonville. NFB is gonna be in Orlando. So if you see me, say what's up. I always like hanging out with people that are there. So hopefully you guys like this video, like my adventures, like the video, subscribe, comment. Next video is coming out next Saturday, third Saturday of the month is the schedule. All right, bye bye.